It's Amy, and I'm going to be reading Chapter 3 of Lydia the Reading Fairy by Daisy Meadows. Okay, so here's the pictures. Jack Frost was sneaking down the rows of the shelves, heading toward the goblins. They hadn't noticed him because they were so interested in their books. They were still reading aloud. The grumpy troll and the handsome goblin snowboarded down the snowway. The snowway mountain. Wait, here's the next picture. The first goblin read at the top of his lungs. Everyone gasped. They had never seen such an amazing skill and speed. The goblin and troll were more graceful than alphabets and faster than fairies. The goblin found a really cool hidden place for the apples below the secret goblin. But Miley, Tilly, and Gilly cheated and spied on him, and they took the apples back to the ogre. I think that's ogre. So the goblin locked them in an ice castle. So the goblin locked them in an ice castle for 100 years. And that served them right. Boo! Shouted Jack Frost, leaping out from the front of them. Frightened, the goblins jumped to their feet, dropping the books on the floor. Jack Frost walked slowly toward them, and they backed away until they ran into a bookshelf. Wait, did I show you? I think I showed you this, but I'm still going to show you the enemies. I forgot if I did. And here's the next picture. Okay. I've come to take back my magic badge. He said, "You goblins are going to give it to me right now." He pulled a blue book out from under his robe. Rachel and Kirsty could see the title clearly because it was written in shiny silver letters. Fantastic Jack Frost, the story of my life. This is the best book in the world, he said. I want every single goblin in my school to hear the story, but not one of them is paying attention, and it's all your fault. He was shaking with rage. The goblins held their breaths, and their knees started to knock together. What can we do? Your ignorance asked the first goblin. The second goblin opened his mouth to speak, but couldn't get any words to come out. So he gave a Kirsty and so he gave a courtesy instead. Give me the badge, Jack Frost roared, trembling. The first goblin put his head into the pocket and pulled out a shiny goblin badge. That's it, said Lydia. My badge, my beautiful badge. But before the girls could do anything, Jack Frost had snatched the badge from a disappeared in a crack of blue lighting. The two goblins had disappeared with him. Quick, use your magic, Wriggle begged Lydia. We have to catch up with Jack Frost. He must have gone back to Fairyland. Lydia fluttered out of Rachel's pocket and hovered in front of them, holding up her wand and speaking the words of a spell. Follow Jack Frost with delay to find the golden badge he stole away. Whether in sunshine or in snow, take us where he chose to go. With a whooshing sound, a ribbon of sparkling fairy dust wound around the girls, wrapping them in magic. They closed their eyes and their shoulders glabbed tiny of glitter. Wiggles winds appeared. They heard the tickle of faraway bells, and they felt a blast of ice-cold air. When they opened their eyes, they were standing inside a very different kind of library. Icicles were hanging from the shelves, and there were patches of ice all the shelves all hanging from the shelves, and there were patches of ice on the threadbare carpet. But the strangest thing was that every book in the library was exactly the same. Row after row, the girls gazed at hundreds of thick blue spines, all with the same title written in silver letters. Fantastic Jack Frost, the story of my life. They were inside the library of Jack Frost's ice castle. Lydia and the girls were standing between two rows. I'm sorry, I haven't been showing you the pictures. Okay, so here's this picture. I don't know if I've showed you this one. And then, yeah. And here's one wrong. Okay, castle. Lydia and the girls were standing between 2 rows of bookshelves. Before they could say a word, they saw Jack Frost striding across the front of the library. There was a crowd of goblin students sitting on the carpet in front of him. "Hide," said Kirsty with a gasp. They fluttered over to hide behind a bookshelf at the back of the library. "Close the door." "I thought," Jack Frost said. That Rachel whispered. "They all looked very well behaved to me. There's a good reason for that." "Jack," said Lydia, looking serious, "look at what he's wearing on the robe." The girls peeked through the shelves and saw Lydia's special badge glittering on Jack Frost's robe. The golden star and a magic glow. "That's why the goblins are being so good," said Kirsty. They watched as Jack opened a copy of his book and started to read. "Chapter 1, he began. "The fairies have always caused trouble for me, and they sees right on and wrong and always getting in my way. One day I decided that enough was enough. My brilliant brain instantly thought a fantastic plan to stop them once and for all. Jack Frost was a terrible reader. He was so boring. He didn't change the tone of his voice at all. Instead of droning on and on. Soon the girls were yawning, but the goblins kept listening as if the story was the most wonderful thing that they ever heard. "We need to do something to stop him before we all fall asleep," said Lydia. "We have to get the badge back," Rachel declared. "But how?" So that's the last sentence of chapter 3. I'll see you on chapter 4. Bye.